You guys kept asking me to check out more wallet-friendly tech gear, and I Amber heard you clearly. So we just reviewed a gaming monitor, links in the description. Today I'll be reviewing the Corsair HS55 stereo and HS65 surround headsets, both falling under 500 ringgit, which is the most popular budget category for headphones and headsets based on our recent survey on our Mobhouse Facebook page. Let's get listening. Disclaimer, Corsair did send these headsets over for this review, but as usual, we do reserve our right to an unbiased opinion. With that aside, let me ask you one question. What are the things that you consider when shopping for a pair of gaming headphones? Leave a comment down below because I want to know. Let's talk about it! For me personally, a good pair of gaming headphones got to have these qualities in no particular order. We need to have good audio quality, specific EQ tuning for gaming, accurate stereo imaging, wide soundstage, a quality microphone, good isolation, good build quality to withstand any gamer abuse, comfortable for long hours because we don't just sit there for 5 minutes. Moving on to some bonus features that I would only expect on higher end headsets, and they are surround sound, detachable microphones, good software support to customize your EQ, noise cancellation, all that good stuff, and finally, wireless. And this is one feature that I think is kind of fun but essentially useless: RGB. Let's see if the Corsair HS55 stereo and HS65 surround headsets fit these criteria. The Corsair HS55 stereo headset is priced at $59.99 or 249 ringgit, which is in the low to mid range, above Corsair's very own HS35, 45 and the older HS50. The Corsair HS65 surround is priced at $79.99 or 369 ringgit, and it's solidly in the mid range above the HS55 when it comes to gaming headsets. From here onwards, I'm gonna rate these headsets from 1 to 10, and we are finally gonna come back to the price when reflecting on the value for money. Firstly, let's talk about design. Now, both these headsets come with a very sleek but understated design with a matte finish in either black or white. Both of them would have two different models. The HS55 has this nice sunburst backplate under the logo of the ear cups, while the HS65 has these fancy triangular perforations. Both look very cool. I'm also a fan of the oval over the ear cups because they are less bulky than the round over the ear types. It's a shame that the microphones aren't detachable because I would have no issues rocking these outdoors while commuting or chilling in a park or something like that. In terms of design, both these headsets get an 8 out of 10. Moving on to the build quality. With the HS55, it's mostly plastic except for the adjustable inner part of the headband and the accent pieces. Although it still feels relatively well put together, as you can see, it's not gonna break anytime soon. So I give it a 7.5 out of 10. The HS65 is still mostly plastic like the HS55, but Corsair has upgraded the hinges and the yokes to metal, which will no doubt make it quite a bit more durable. So I give it an 8 out of 10. Next, we have comfort. Now, the HS55 is pretty light at 273 grams. The clamp force also feels just nice for my melon head. The headbands as well as the pads are wrapped in this leatherette. It feels so very soft. One of the comfiest gaming headsets I've ever tried, though I wish that the ear pads are more breathable so that, it doesn't get that warm. Still, overall, I'll give it a 9 out of 10. The HS65 is slightly heavier than the HS55 at 282 grams. The clamp force feels a little bit stronger, but still not that much. The headband and the pads are also very soft, though the pads have this fabric on the inside which makes it more breathable. Very comfy in my opinion for longer sessions. I'll give it a 9 out of 10. The next category would be audio quality, and with the HS55, its sound signature leans towards being more V-shaped with boosted bass and treble frequencies. Overall, the sound is quite exciting for games and movies, though I must say that there's a slight mid-bass bloat which muddies up the mids that already sounds quite recessed and lacking in warmth, especially for vocals, making them a little less enjoyable for music. The stereo imaging is pretty accurate, though the soundstage is quite narrow. This means that you'll probably have no issue pinpointing the direction of your enemy, but you might not be able to fully discern their distance. In some games that matters, like PUBG, because the map's huge. In other games, distance might not matter at all, like Valorant. Pretty good and versatile for the price, so I'll still give it a 7.5 out of 10. With the HS65, the sound signature is very similar to the HS55, with the bass and treble slightly boosted, but since the mids are also quite a bit more forward and warm, I would say that it sounds more balanced. Again, very exciting for games and movies, though there is still a tiny bit of mid-bass bloat, less than those, but it's still there. I find listening to music on these to be much more pleasant because the mids are, well, a little bit more forward. Stereo imaging is again pretty accurate, and the soundstage is now a little wider, improving your overall spatial awareness, especially in FPS games. I would say that it is a decent upgrade from the HS55, so I give it an 8.5 out of 10. In case you're curious, here's a list of tracks that I tested these headphones on. In terms of isolation, being close back with leatherette pads, also having such a gentle clamp force, the isolation is quite good actually. While testing these out in the office or while gaming, I couldn't hear the outside world once I got the volume up to about 50%, so I give it an 8.5 out of 10. With the HS65, again, pretty good isolation, similar to the HS55. There's a tad bit more leakage due to that semi-fabric pad, but hardly noticeable, so I still give it an 8 out of 10. Now let's talk about microphones, and this is what the microphone on the HS55 sounds like.
Do you ever get a little bit tired of life? Like you're not really happy but you don't wanna die? Like you're hanging by a thread but you gotta survive, 'cause you gotta survive. So it sounds decently clear, a little muffled, but still quite a good amount of detail. But the problem I have with it is the fact that it has quite a bit of self-noise with this hissing going on. It could be from the mic itself or your laptop, but I'm pretty sure it's the mic itself because I tried it with multiple sources and it still has that hissing going on. Though, I must say that it's doing quite a good job at rejecting all the noise from behind the microphone, all that, so I deduce that this could be a unidirectional microphone, so that's good. I'll give it a 7 out of 10.
Next, let's take a listen at the HS65's microphone.
Do you ever get a little bit tired of life? Like you're not really happy but you don't wanna die? Like you're hanging by a thread but you gotta survive, 'cause you gotta survive.
So that's a huge improvement over the HS55. The microphone here is very clear, very crisp, very full sounding, and most importantly, natural sounding, okay? It might look like the same microphone, but they definitely use a different microphone inside the HS65. Also, it is still very good at rejecting all the noise from behind the microphone and around it. I will just pick up whatever is in front of it. So I think this is still a unidirectional or cardioid pattern microphone, which is great, especially if you have a noisy keyboard, a blue switch or something like that. Regardless, there's still a little bit of a self noise, a little bit of a hiss there, as you can hear now. See? So I give it an 8.5 out of 10. Now, connectivity. With the HS55, you have a non-detachable cable, which is kind of a given at this price point. It comes with a headphone and mic combo 3.5mm jack, as well as a splitter, so it should work with every combination of console, laptop, phone, or PC that has a 3.5mm jack. I actually kind of like this rubberized soft cable over a braided one, because those tend to be stiffer and are prone to fraying. So I give this maybe an 8 out of 10. With the HS65, again a non-detachable cable expected at the price point. It also comes with this same headphone mic combo 3.5mm jack, as well as a USB 7.1 surround adapter. Though I definitely appreciate this USB dongle, I find myself sometimes still missing that splitter when using it with my PC or an older laptop. Still, with the USB dongle, I'll still give it an 8 out of 10. Next, we have software. Well, the HS55 doesn't work with Corsair's IQ software because, well, it's analog. What you hear is what you get. So I can't really rate it, so not available. With the HS65, it's actually pretty cool. You get EQ tuning as well as some EQ presets in the Corsair IQ software. You can also flip on the Dolby surround sound, which to be honest is pretty well done. Not the greatest, but the virtual surround sounds very natural. None of that artificial forcedness that you get with some headphones. Basically, you just hear the soundstage kind of open up a little bit wider. Very useful for games, but also surprisingly nice when listening to music with orchestra or even when watching movies. So I give it an 8.5 out of 10. The final thing you need to consider is of course the bang for your buck. And given the price point of this HS55 at 249 ringgit or around $60 US, I would say that these are very good value considering the audio quality and comfort alone. Okay, the mic is not half bad lah. So I give it a 9 out of 10. The HS65 is slightly pricier at 369 ringgit, wow, 69, or $80 US. But you still get more features, actually a better build quality, the USB surround dongle and all that good stuff, and also the audio quality is slightly nicer, so I would give it an 8.5 out of 10. Overall, I give this Corsair HS55 stereo wired gaming headset a #cheap buy, really cheap buy, 8 out of 10. Wow, this Corsair HS65 surround wired gaming headset gets a #cheap buy, still pretty cheap buy, 8.5 out of 10. In conclusion, these are two pairs of very solid gaming headphones with good audio quality, isolation, as well as a decent microphone. If you have the budget, I would definitely go for the HS65 surround because it is noticeably better in terms of build quality and audio quality thanks to that included USB 7.1 surround dongle. The fact that you have control over the sound in terms of EQ and virtual surround also makes it quite a bit more versatile as far as audio is concerned. But if your budget does not allow it, feel free to consider the HS55 stereo. While it does not have all the fancy features from that HS65, it still gives us most of what the HS55 is giving us. In fact, I think that the build quality, while being mostly plastic, is still a step up from older Corsair headsets as well as other ones in this price point. And that is everything I have to say about the Corsair HS55 stereo as well as the HS65 surround gaming headsets. If you thought this video was awesome, don't forget to like and share lah. And leave a comment down below if you have any questions regarding these two headsets and I'll try my best to reply to you or reply to you in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell as well as follow us on Facebook, Instagram and TikTok to see more shenanigans from the Mob House crew. Again, my name is Shane the Bangsawan and I will see you in the next one. For today's comment session, I'm replying to the BenQ Mobius compilation review, and we're gonna start with you. First comments from Jason R. He says, I look like Kim Jong-un. That fella is from North Korea. I'm from a little place called Malaysia. Two different parts of the world. In case you need to go back to school and study some more geography. Kaki says, such an underrated channel. Love my reviews and humor. Oh, thank you very much. Scripted next turn says, haven't watched Mob House video in such a long time. It was a nice video, definitely need a big screen to connect his HP gaming laptop in a big boy screen. Exactly, get any of this, you will be happy. Now let's give you some Facebook. Firstly, Vape Calibration asked me if I come to Ipoh, I have to try the Michelangelo Pizzeria. I will try if I go to Ipoh lah. Gibson L. Michael asked me if I could tell him about budget monitors. Check out our other review on that Acer EI24 QRP. I think so lah. Thaddeus Verges asked me how much is it to buy my opinion. No amount anyone can afford. I will give you my opinion when I feel like it. It's like when you want to go toilet, right? It will only come if you feel like it. You cannot buy your way out of a bowel movement. And that is all for today's comment section. Leave more comment so I can comment more on your comment and I can judge you whether or not your comment is smart or very dung dung.